Hi everyone, I'm Brooke Filosa and I'm back with another episode of the Signature Spotlight. I'm here today with Kim Guy, who is the owner of Canine Kim's Dog Training and Behavior Services. Kim does dog training, private and group lessons, and she's actually currently training my dog Cookie. So Kim, tell us a little bit about, how long you've been a dog trainer and how you got started.
Okay, so I've been a dog trainer for about 4 years. And I got started, well, I was a groomer, right? I came out of corporate and started grooming about 15 years ago. And I guess it was kind of a natural transition, but I was having an issue with one of my dogs.
Okay.
She was very leash-reactive, and it got worse. She regressed when my living situation changed, and I hired a trainer.
Okay.
And the difference I saw in my dog was pretty amazing, and it kind of occurred to me that that's something I really wanted to do, right? I was coaching and I was not really finding my niche or really finding my way as a coach, and it seemed like a pretty natural thing to start working with dogs and working with people, and coaching, obviously helps me a lot with dealing with the people part of it.
Right. So what are the tell us about the different classes and services you offer.
So right now I'm only offering 2 classes at the Garwood First Aid Squad. One
Okay.
is Basic Manners 1, which is really the first, if you haven't taken a puppy kindergarten, puppy kindergarten would be the first class you would ever take, but if you didn't make it into that class, you would take a Basic Manners 1, where dogs learn sit down, stay, wait, come when called, and loose leash walking really is the core of it. And then there's Basic Manners 2, which is the next level of the class, where we take things, the core is really stay, wait, and come, and we start building more reliability and more consistency in your dog's behavior.
Got it.
I want to add Canine Good Citizen Prep, because I am a certified Canine Good Citizen evaluator, and also offer the exam to people.
What does it mean to be a Canine Good Citizen?
There are 10, so what it means to be a Canine Good Citizen, you have to be a Canine Good Citizen before you can become a therapy dog, right? Or before your dog can go to therapy class.
Mm-hmm. So if you have a dog that has a lot of behavioral issues, that would be more of a private lesson?
Correct.
And what are some of the most common behavioral issues that you see?
So there's 2 kinds, right? There's manners, right? Basic manners. If people don't opt to take a class, a lot of times, like I went on a couple of private sessions last week where people were just having issues with their dog jumping on the table and just not acting the way they wanted them to, or listening in the home. That's a typical adolescence. But I think probably one of the #1 things I see is leash reactivity, which is exactly why I became a trainer, right? And that's one of my specialties.
And what does leash reactivity mean exactly?
So it's leash reactivity, leash frustration. I hate to call it aggression, even though it
like pulling too much,
barking, pulling, lunging when they see, when a dog sees another dog or a person. I have a dog that's leash reactive towards people and other dogs. Dogs behave different on leash versus off leash because they're being restrained.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It does. No one wants to be restrained.
Right.
So what are some of the techniques then you use to treat some of these behaviors?
So I primarily use more positive reinforcement oriented techniques, because there is an element of aggression because your dog is barking, lunging, growling, right? And positive reinforcement, classical conditioning, and operant conditioning, which are, everybody knows Pavlov's dogs, right? Just working with a dog to start changing the way that they feel when they see another dog, right? Typically using food. So food is one of the primary positive reinforcements that I use. You can use other things like toys, something that will really motivate the dog, but I find that food is usually the #1 thing that will motivate a dog.
So do you have any dogs of your own? Oh, well, you were already talking about the one with the issue.
So I have 3 dogs. I have a Yorkshire Terrier. He's about 15 and a half. He's the most stable dog in my family. And then I have a Jack Russell mix. She's Jack Russell Chihuahua. She was the reactive one that I became a dog trainer for. And it's really amazing to see her now, because when we walk, if she hears or sees a dog, she will just turn and look up at me instead of reacting most of the time. And then I have a dog, she's a lab pit mix that we were supposed to just be fostering that we ended up keeping. And I'm working with 2 small rescues, Muddy Paws Rescues, which is a rescue that's based in New York City, but the executive director lives out here in Union, and she hired me to work with one of their dogs, doing day training.
Okay.
So I take him a couple times a week and I work with him. And I also help out Cosmo's Cause, which is, even though they're based in Virginia, I work with their affiliate in Madison. And it's also, both Muddy Paws and Cosmo's Cause are foster-based rescues.
Okay.
Where they don't have a brick and mortar place where they keep dogs. It's all fosters.
Foster homes. I see.
My path to training, I assisted or was mentored by the woman who helped me with my dog, Mary Alverson. When she stopped doing that, I sought another mentor because I feel like the best way to learn is from other people. And I feel like I'm constantly learning. So I went and I started volunteering at St. Hubert's in their training and behavior center, and I did that for a long time, for about 9 months. I volunteered assisting in the group classes, and then I started team teaching the group classes, and then I started teaching my own group classes.
Oh, wow.
St. Hubert's for me is like a wealth of knowledge. Right. It's kind of like going to school when I work there. I work there 2 days a week now.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me, Kim. It was so nice learning about what you do for dogs and all your different services. And neighbors, be sure to check out Kim online. She has a website, kimgaia.com, where you can learn more about what she's about, her background, and some of the services she offered, and sign up for classes for your dog. And today we're actually in Cherrybrook, which is a great pet store here in Garwood. You should definitely come by, and they have everything you need to service your dog. All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you. Thanks.